Pleasant morning to my dear lovable students. Welcome to Max class. In this conversation, we are moving to continuation of example. Okay, I'm moving to example 6.6. That is called Apollonius theorem. Okay, one of the important question. Question actually very simple. Okay, if D is the midpoint of BC of a triangle ABC. Example, consider for the drawing. Triangle means A, B, and C. Midpoint is given clearly. D is the midpoint. So D is the midpoint means this is considered for D. So D is the midpoint of BC, isn't it? Therefore, D is the midpoint of BC. So midpoint of BC means definitely we can say BD vector is equal to DC vector, isn't it? Because D is the midpoint, no? Now moving to proof. So in triangle ABD, so triangle ABD means AB vector is equal to, according to the triangle law, AD vector plus DB vector. AD vector plus DB vector. Therefore, AB vector is equal to AD vector according to the condition DB. But we need actually in right hand side BD we need is in BD. So just interchange means sign we have to just sign change means definitely DB. We can write it BD vector. This is one condition. Next one in triangle ACD. So ACD means AC vector is equal to AD vector plus DC vector, isn't it? So AD vector plus DC vector. Therefore, look at there, AD vector plus DC vector, isn't it? AD plus DC. Now, already we know D is the midpoint. D is the midpoint means instead of DC we can write it BD because BD vector is equal to DC vector, no? Therefore, AC vector is equal to AD vector plus BD vector. Just add AB vector plus modulus because we need modulus of AB vector square plus modulus of AC vector, isn't it? So modulus of AB vector square, again modulus of AC vector square is equal to, what is the value of AB vector? So AD vector minus BD vector the whole square, then plus sign BD vector. So BD means AC vector square. AC vector means modulus of AD vector plus BD vector square. Now look at there. This is A minus B the whole square form. A square minus 2AB plus B square. Therefore, modulus of AD vector square. Actually, if you take modulus means it would convert for scalar form. Scalar form means magnitude, only numbers only will come. But condition, we have the question also in right hand side both the term modulus in vector with vector. That's why I have written for the side sign also vector form. Okay, modulus of AD vector square, then plus modulus of BD vector square minus true AD vector dot BD vector. Next condition A plus B, A square plus 2AB plus B square. So plus modulus of AD vector square plus modulus of BD vector square plus true AD vector dot BD vector. Look at there, minus 2AD dot BD plus 2AD. We can cancel, no? After cancellation, balance we have in left hand side modulus of AB vector square plus modulus of AC vector square is equal to there. Modulus of AD vector square plus modulus of AD vector. We can write it mod true into modulus of AD vector square plus second term also BD vector. Again true modulus of BD vector square. Look at there. According to the right hand side, to take common outside means what will happen? To take common outside means AD vector square plus modulus of BD vector square, isn't it? This is we need it. Therefore, we can write it correct line. So, correct line. The first line. What is the first line? Modulus of AB vector square plus modulus of AC vector square is equal to 2 into modulus of AD vector square plus modulus of BD vector square. We can write it hence. Okay. I will continue the next example. Moving to example 6.7, prove by vector method that the perpendicular altitudes from the vertices to the opposite sides of triangle are concurrent. What is the meaning of concurrent? If you have the three side, example A to B or C to D means meeting one of the point. Example, we have three side. Example, this is considered for one triangle. So A, B and C. Okay. Now this is D is the midpoint of one point, means another one point. So this is considered for B to E, means see the meeting, the joining the point, that is called altitudes. Okay. Then another one intersect of the point, that is called F. Okay. So all the 3 points meeting the one place, that is called concurrent. Okay. Now the condition, proof, let ABC consider as a triangle. This is meeting point, that is considered for origin. Okay. Let ABC consider as a triangle. Okay. Now AD and BE, AD and BE to intersect of O, isn't it? Now let AD and B consider for first two triangle. Okay, let us first two time AD and B. This is AD. Okay, AD and B. Sorry, AD and BE, the meeting the point means what is the name actually? Altitude, isn't it? Altitude. So let AD and BE to AD and BE are two altitudes. Sorry, my dear, altitudes, isn't it? Altitudes at intersect O. Then another one, let CO be produced. Let CO be produced to meet AB, at what is a point, intersect point at F. Then let O is the origin of, let O is the origin. Okay. So let O is origin. Now look at there. Again let OA vector consider for A vector. Then OB vector consider for B vector. Then OC vector consider for C vector. So now the first condition, first attitude. So AD perpendicular to BC, isn't it? So AD perpendicular to BC means what will happen? Inside another one midpoint also AY, isn't it? Therefore, instead of AD we can write it OA, isn't it? So OA also one of the midpoint. Therefore, OA perpendicular to BC. Already we learned in basic concept, if you dot product A vector dot B vector is equal to 0 means this is perpendicular, isn't it? What is the meaning? A vector perpendicular to B vector. Then only we can say A vector dot B vector is equal to 0. So instead of perpendicular, we can write it A vector dot B vector form. What will happen? So OA vector, isn't it? Now OA vector dot BC vector is equal to 0 means, so OA vector dot BC means the position vector. How to rewrite? Ending point minus starting point. Therefore, OC vector minus OB vector is equal to 0. Already we know OA vector is equal to A vector, isn't it? So A vector dot OC vector means C vector. OB vector means B vector is equal to 0. If you remove the bracket means A vector dot C vector minus A vector dot B vector is equal to 0. This is considered for equation number 1. Next condition. So next condition, the first attitude is over. Second attitude, according to the vice direction, what will happen? First one I have taken for AD perpendicular, isn't it? So AD perpendicular BC. Second one already we know the B, isn't it? So we can take it BE perpendicular to CA, isn't it? So now BE perpendicular to AC. What will happen? BE perpendicular AC means, look at there, BE means OB also is one of the point, is a midpoint. Therefore, OB perpendicular to AC vector. Now, this is both are perpendicular means we can write it OB vector dot AC vector is equal to 0. Again, OB vector as it is dot position vector. How to write? Ending point minus starting point. Therefore, OC vector minus OA vector is equal to 0. So OB vector means B vector dot OC vector means C vector minus OA vector means A vector is equal to 0. Again, if you remove the bracket means B vector dot C vector minus B vector dot A vector is equal to 0. This is considered for equation number 2. Add equation 1 and 2. What will happen? Add equation 1 and equation 2. Look at their equation 1. In left hand side, A vector dot C vector minus A vector dot B vector. Second equation left hand side plus B vector dot C vector minus B vector dot A vector, isn't it? Equal to 0. Sorry my dear, this is B perpendicular to CA, no? B perpendicular to CA. CA means what will happen? So CA means definitely this is also CA vector. Position vector means OA vector minus OC vector. Or minus OC vector. Now A vector minus C vector. So remove the bracket means B vector dot A vector minus B vector dot C vector is equal to 0. Now look at their second equation. B vector dot A vector minus B vector dot C vector is equal to 0. So in dot product means we can interchange, but cross product means minus sign. So already I told you, if you have cross product A vector cross B vector means minus means we can interchange. What will happen? B vector cross A vector, but we can write A vector dot B vector is equal to B vector dot A vector. Okay, therefore if you consider for this is also b vector dot a vector, means we can cancel no plus and minus sign. After cancellation, remaining a vector dot c vector minus b vector dot c vector, isn't it? So now is equal to 0 means is equal to 0 means what will happen? Dot c vector common. Now outside take dot c vector means inside a vector minus b vector. What is the meaning of a vector? Already we have considered OA vector minus OB vector dot c vector is equal to 0. So now we can write no. This is also OC vector. What is the meaning of OA minus OB? The position point means the ending point. Ending point means BA vector. If you rewrite the position vector means OA vector minus OB vector. So BA vector dot OC vector. Look at there. BA vector dot OC vector. So now we can write now perpendicular BA vector perpendicular to OC vector is equal to 0. Otherwise we can write it AB vector is perpendicular to OC vector, because AB vector is perpendicular to OC vector. OC we can up to end point F is there. We can write it up to CF also. Therefore, CF vector is perpendicular to AB vector. There is no 0. Okay. So, BA vector is perpendicular to OC, then AB vector perpendicular to OC. So, why am I writing OC? Look at there, OC, it's full and fully equal to up to CTF. That's why CA vector perpendicular to AB. Therefore, how to finish a line? How to finish the final line? So CF, so perpendicular drawn C to AB, C to AB passes through O. So C to AB passes through origin point O, no? Passes through O. Thus, therefore, thus the 3 points are altitude. Thus, the altitudes are concurrent. So concurrent means all the 3 points meeting is one of the point, that is called concurrent. Okay, I proved also. Okay, so please listen, my dear students. If you have any doubt, please put in comment box. I am ready to clarify your doubts. Okay, I will continue the next example. I am moving to example 6.8. Question: in triangle ABC, the points DEF are the midpoint of the side BC, CA and AB. Look at there. Consider for one triangle A, B and C. Again, D is the midpoint of BC. This is considered for D is the midpoint of BC. Second one, E is the midpoint of CA. So E is the midpoint of CA. Last one, F is the midpoint of AB. So F is the midpoint of AB. Inside one triangle will come. This is one of the condition. Show that the area of triangle DEF, that small triangle, is equal to 1/4 into the bigger triangle. We have to show. Okay, the last one, what we have to show? Inside of the small triangle is equal to quarter into bigger triangle of ABC. We have to show the condition. Proof. Let capital ABC consider as a triangle. Consider as a triangle. Origin point A. Okay, instead of O, we have to take it origin point A. Consider as a triangle at origin to origin A. Okay, then each and every position vector we have to identify. Position vector of D means, what is the meaning? Position vector of D is equal to position vector of D is equal to, what is the meaning? AB vector plus AC vector divided by 2. Position vector AB vector plus AC vector divided by 2. Next one, position vector of E. What is the meaning? AC vector divided by 2. AC vector divided by 2. Next one, position vector of F is equal to AB vector divided by 2. B vector divided by 2. Next one, area of triangle, bigger triangle ABC. So area of triangle ABC is equal to half into base into height. Basic condition, but here consider for AB cross AC, isn't it? AB vector cross AC. Next one, area of triangle, small triangle DEF. Again half into, starting with the D, no? So DE vector cross DF vector. DE vector cross DF vector. Okay, important condition. So look at there, this is the area of triangle DEF, that is small triangle half into DE vector cross DF vector. Already we know what is the meaning of AB vector in position. Origin point O means we can consider OB vector minus OA. When it will happen, origin point O means, but we have taken here triangle at origin point A. So origin point A means, what is the meaning of DE vector? DE vector is equal to definitely origin point A, no? Therefore we can write it AE vector minus AD vector. One of the important condition. When origin point O means AB vector is equal to OB vector minus OA vector. But here we have considered for origin A means DE vector is equal to AE vector minus AD vector. Okay, now here what will happen? Look at there, half into modulus of D vector, we can take it AE vector minus AD vector, then into DF vector means AF vector minus AD vector. Now what will happen? Again 1 by 2 constant, then AE vector means, so AE means AC vector divided by 2, isn't it? So AE means position vector of AE. This is considered for AE means AC vector divided by 2. So AC vector divided by 2 minus of AD vector means, what will happen? AD vector means AB vector plus AC vector divided by 2. I will write it here. What is the meaning of AC? AE means AC vector divided by 2. Then what is the meaning of AD? AD vector is equal to AB vector plus AC vector divided by 2. Last condition, AF also, but AF here actually, yeah, AF also is there. Now AF is equal to AB vector by 2. Now AD vector means AB vector plus AC vector by 2. AB vector plus AC vector by 2. The next one, this is first condition, into cross, no, then AF means AB vector by 2. AB vector by 2 minus of AD vector means AB vector plus AC vector by 2. Close modulus. Now look at there, again 1 by 2 outside as it is, again modulus of common denominator 2 means what will happen? AC vector minus AB vector, again plus into minus, minus AC vector. This is one term into next condition, into here also common denominator 2 means AB vector minus Again AB vector minus AC vector, close modulus, plus AC minus AC plus AB minus AB. Again 1 by 2 modulus minus AB vector divided by 2 into minus AC vector divided by 2. Again 1 by 2, this is into, no, common denominator 2 means divided by 4, minus into minus plus, we can write it AB vector cross AC vector. This line we need, these two lines we need, that's why I will write it here. Look at there, this is called close modulus. So 1 by 2, look at the numerator AB vector cross AC vector. 4 we can split, now how to split it? 2 into 2. Again 1 by 2, 1 2 take common outside means we can write, no, 2 into 2 means 4 will come. Again remaining 1 by 2 balances, again modulus of AB vector cross AC vector. Now this is what is the meaning 1 by 2 into AB vector cross AC vector. Look at their bigger triangle, area of triangle ABC is equal to 1 by 2 into AB vector cross AC vector. Therefore we can write it 1 by 4. This is area of triangle ABC. So area of triangle ABC. This is actually what is the meaning? Area of triangle DEF, isn't it? So area of triangle DEF. See, we show that area of triangle DEF is equal to 1 by 4 into area of triangle ABC. One of the important question. Okay, we can write it hence proved. Okay. I will continue the next example. Moving to example 6.9. A particle acted upon by constant forces. Given the constant two forces means just add it. We will get it one force line. Is displaced from the point. This is from the point means starting point to end point also is the given 6, 1, minus 3. Find the total work done. Before moving to the answer, what is the meaning of work done? If you have an object, okay, this is one object means the two forces, the two person forcing through, this is starting point, okay, starting point consider for OA means, so this is ending point consider for OB, okay, this is end point, okay, EP. The force 1 and force 2, if you utilize the person, the forcing to the starting point to the finishing line, what will happen? The work done formula is equal to force. F means force dot D. D is called displacement. What is the meaning? D is called displacement. Okay. Now, how to find out the D? Definitely forcing point from the point to end point. Okay. So, D is called, this is OA, isn't it? So, OA to OB means D is equal to OB vector minus OA vector, isn't it? Therefore, we can say D is called, we can write now AB. What is the meaning? AB is called position form OB vector minus OA vector. So, OB end point minus starting point. Okay. So, F means force, D means displacement. D is called OB vector minus OA vector. Now, look at there, the first force F1 vector is equal to what is the force? 2I vector plus 5j vector plus 6k vector. Then F2 is equal to minus I vector minus 2j vector minus k vector. The work done means formula of force F vector dot D vector means add it. Therefore, F vector is equal to F1 vector plus F2 vector. So, F1 is equal to what is the value? 2I vector, then 5j vector, then 6k vector plus F2 minus I vector minus 2j vector minus k vector. Look at the here 2 minus 1. Therefore, I vector 5 minus 2, 3j vector 6 minus 1 plus 5k vector. This is called F. Okay. Then we need D. Then how to find out the D? So, ending point minus starting point, isn't it? So, from the point, the starting point is given. That is called OA, isn't it? So OA is equal to, what is the value from the point? 4i vector minus 3j vector. The point actually, yeah, that is minus 2, okay. This is actually minus 2. Minus true k vector. This is then end point OB vector is equal to 6i vector plus j vector minus 3k vector. The condition displacement formula, D is equal to OB minus OA. OB is equal to 6i cap plus j cap minus 3k vector. Then minus of OA means 4i vector minus 3j vector minus 2k vector. Then remove the bracket, 6i vector plus j vector minus 3k vector. Then minus 4i vector plus 3j vector plus 2k vector. What the answer? The D form displacement D is equal to 6i minus 4. So true I vector plus j plus 3 plus 4j vector minus 3 plus 2 minus k vector. Therefore, the work done formula F vector dot D vector. F vector dot D vector means F vector is equal to, what is the value F vector? I vector, then plus 3j vector, then plus 5k vector, then dot D. D is equal to true I vector plus 4j vector minus k vector. The dot means the scalar form, only number only will come. Look at there, number means what the answer? So what the answer? I vector 1, there is 2. So 1 into 2 means positive true, plus 3 into 4 means positive 12. Last condition, 5 into minus sign. So minus 5 will come. Therefore, W is equal to 2 plus 12 is equal to 14 minus 5. Therefore, W is equal to 9 units. The work done, okay. And this is answer for example 6.9. I will continue the next example, okay. 6.10. 6.9. What is the question? We need to find out work done. But here they are given clearly, if the work done by the force is 16 units. So the work done is given clearly 16 units, okay. Work done is clearly. So we need to find the value of lambda. Solution. The condition already we know. The same step like example 6.9. So F1 vector is equal to, F1 is equal to 3i vector minus 2j vector plus 2k vector. Then F2 vector is equal to true I vector plus j vector minus k vector. Therefore, F vector is equal to F1 vector plus F2 vector. Again, F vector is equal to F1 vector means 2 plus 3 is equal to 5i vector minus 2 plus 1 means minus j vector plus 2 minus 1 means plus k vector. This is called F. Then we need actually D also we need, because the work done formula force dot D. D is called displacement, okay. Now I am moving to find out the D. So D means already we know AB vector. What is the meaning of AB? OB vector minus OA vector. So OA means, OA is equal to the condition I vector plus 3j vector minus k vector. Then OB vector is equal to 4i vector minus j vector plus lambda k vector. Therefore, OB vector. So D is equal to, OB means 4i vector, then minus j vector plus lambda k vector. Again minus of I vector plus 3j vector minus k vector. Therefore, D is equal to 4i vector minus j vector plus lambda k vector. If you remove the bracket means minus I vector minus 3j vector minus into minus plus k vector. Therefore, D is equal to 4i minus I means positive 3i vector minus j minus 3. So, minus 4j vector then plus lambda, there is also 1. So, lambda plus 1 into k vector. This is called D. Already is given work done is equal to 16, isn't it? So, work done is equal to 16 means what is the meaning of work done? Force dot displacement. So, F vector dot D is equal to 16. What is the meaning of F vector? 5i vector minus j vector plus k vector into dot D means 3i vector minus 4j vector plus lambda plus 1 into k vector is equal to 16. Again 5 into 3, 15 minus 1 into minus 4 means positive 4. Last condition, there is 1 into lambda plus 1 means there is plus sign. So, lambda plus 1 is equal to 16. 15 plus 4 is equal to 19. 19 plus 1 is equal to 20. 20 plus lambda is equal to 16. Therefore, lambda is equal to 16 minus 20. Final answer, lambda is equal to minus 4. This is answer for example 6.10. Okay. I will continue the next example. Example 6.11. Find the magnitude and direction question. This is also last year question, but here the one of the new line, the torque cube. Already I have done the torque, the starting concept. Okay. About the point 2, 0, minus 1 of the force is given clearly. The force F vector is equal to true I vector plus j vector plus k vector. The condition starting with the origin point, the active forces on fixed line means the starting point condition. What is the condition is there? This is the A of the point means the point actually here, isn't it? So 2, 0, minus 1, isn't it? Therefore, this is OA, isn't it? The direction will be going on OA point. So, the OA point means OA vector is equal to true I vector minus k vector, because j we have the 0 answer. Okay. Now, the condition actually the focus will starting with the A through O. Therefore, if you interchange means what will happen? AO vector is equal to, sign will be changed. Now, plus means minus true I vector, minus means plus k vector. This is called AO. Now, the torque is the formula. The torque means T is equal to R vector cross F vector, isn't it? So, AO considered for R. Okay, R vector is equal to AO. Therefore, R vector means the cross product means we have to do modulus sign. So, modulus I vector, j vector and k vector. R vector is equal to minus true, j we have 0, k we have 1. As well as force true 1, 1, true 1, 1. Now, simplify now. I vector means to 1 into 0, 0, 1 into 1, 1. So, minus 1. Again, minus j vector means minus 2 into 2, minus 2, 1 into 2, 2. But cross, when you take cross product means you have to take common minus. So, minus 2, minus 2. The last one plus k vector into minus 2 into 1, minus 2. Again, minus 1 into I, minus I vector. This is cancelled. Minus 2. Minus 2 means definitely, look at there, minus 2 into 1, minus 2. Sorry, my dear, this is in your book question clearly, no? True I plus j minus k. There is minus k, okay? So, minus k and there is minus 1 will come, no? This is minus k, no? Therefore, true positive 1, true positive 1, minus 1. Now, minus 2 into minus 1 means there is positive 2. Now, we can cancel, no? 2 minus 2. The remaining, the last one, minus the true k vector. This is called actually torque. We need magnitude and find the magnitude and direction. So magnitude means modulus. So magnitude means modulus of r vector cross f vector. Already we found r vector cross f vector is equal to modulus of minus I vector and minus 2k vector. Therefore, square root of minus 1 the whole square plus minus 2 the whole square. Again square root of minus 1 the whole square means positive 1. Again minus 2 the whole square means positive 4. Therefore, magnitude answer called square root of 5. Then direction cosine. So, direction cosine. Direction cosine already we know. So, coefficient of value minus 1 is this. Therefore, minus 1 by square root of 5. J value we don't have. That's why I have written for 0. K minus 2, isn't it? Then minus 2 by square root of 5. This is answer for example 6.11. Okay. So, check it their answer also, because I and J we have the minus, isn't it? Minus 1 by root 5 and K also minus 2 by root 5. Okay. I hope you are satisfied in this session. If you have any doubt, please put in comment box. I am ready to clarify your doubts. Okay. I will continue the next session. Bye bye.